So yeah, that Jeff Younger thing. Turns out that the judge decided to side with the father, literally right after I posted the video. Not even joking, it was maybe an hour later that an article announcing the court decision came out. So yeah, I'm actually really happy about that. I'm going to keep the video about it up since it has the link to the GoFundMe and is a good archive of the situation so people don't forget about it. But it's kind of funny that right after I posted that video, articles came out saying that the judge is gonna let the dad have a say in what operations or procedures or what kind of pills the mom's gonna force on the kid. But do you know what this means? We can talk about nerd shit again. Nerd shit. Bethesda. Oh boy. Bethesda. Bethesda is the embodiment of the Icarus story. They went from the top of the world to an utter laughingstock. Fallout 3, love it or hate it, made them a household name. And that's not even talking about the influences of games like Morrowind, Oblivion, and Skyrim, all three being ungodly successes. Sure, they had some hiccups, such as punishing Obsidian over Fallout New Vegas being a single point below the expected critic score, or how Elder Scrolls Online launched a boring mess that took several patches and expansions to win back players. Despite this, they managed to stay in the good graces of its audience, reviving the Wolfenstein franchise with the phenomenal New Order and Old Blood, and even rebooting the Doom series with Doom 2016, which is fucking awesome. Fallout 4, while being a huge downgrade to previous games, still managed to drown the public in hype before release, showing that Bethesda was no longer a tiny studio making bootleg D&D games. They were one of the studios. They had power, influence, and a ravenous fanbase ready to defend them to the death. Then the retardation began. Fallout 76, an attempt at a survival MMO in the Fallout universe. Not terrible on paper, but Bethesda did whatever it could to botch the landing. Rushed dev time, trying to program an online game on an engine older than your mother, shoved in microtransactions while game-breaking bugs are still devouring players. Yeah, this never showed a good side to people. And what made it worse was that people didn't even really want 76. Sure, if it was good, people would have been happy. A Fallout game to play with your friends? Awesome. But nobody was really screaming for 76. They wanted something like New Vegas 2, or pretty much any Fallout game made by Obsidian / any company that wasn't Bethesda. Because over the years, Fallout went from a story-driven CRPG series with stat checks and character building to a loot-driven shooter game where it pretends to give you a choice, but you're so limited in what you can actually do that having the illusion just outright hurts the experience.
Whatever you're selling, I'm not buying.
Oh, no worries, sir. No worries at all. I'm not selling anything. Not today. You can't begin to know how happy I am to finally speak with you. I've been trying for days. It's a matter of utmost urgency, I assure you.
Maybe I don't want to talk to you.
No, you do.
If they just made a linear narrative, there probably wouldn't have been so many massive holes in the plot. Hell, with how 4 is set up, a focused narrative could have actually made it the American answer to the Metro series. Would it have pissed off purists? Yes, because I would be one of them. But dedicating to one path is better than trying to please everyone, since 4 already has to stretch quite far to fit all the, choices the game has you make. But if you want an example for what could have been with Fallout 4, check out the fan film Dreams on YouTube. It uses in-game lines and assets to craft a narrative that sounded 100 times more interesting than actually playing the game.
I had a beautiful house, white picket fence, and a lawn with the greenest grass you'd ever seen. It was peaceful. Not like now. Not at all.
Yet corporate greed spares no mercy, and 76 persisted in existing, much to the agony of the Fallout fanbase. And the launch of 76 was beyond a disaster. It was like watching an actual nuclear apocalypse take place. If you want a rundown on everything with 76, check out the What Happened episode by Matt McMuscles. Young Ya also followed up the more recent escapades of Bethesda that fill in the gaps between when that video posted and now. But long story short, anything that could have went wrong did go wrong. And it only got worse when Bethesda tried to fix everything. Bugs would get patched, but then a new update would re-break the game, so they would end up juggling bugs, pissed off players, the 10-year lifecycle plan, and frantic patching that has gone on the entire lifecycle of this mess. Then Obsidian decided to kick in the door and slam its dick on the table. The Outer Worlds, which was announced, last year, I want to say. Yeah, the E3 trailer was like last year or year before. Point is, it was announced and bragged that it was going to be a return to form in regards to action shooter RPGs. They bragged about stat checks, character building, all the things that the Fallout series abandoned, and after it launched yesterday, as of the time of this video, it kicks Fallout's ass with steel-toe boots. An emphasis on actual character building, role-playing choices, a strong story, interesting characters. It genuinely feels like Obsidian specifically went for the throat of Bethesda with this title. Everything that was wrong with Fallout 4 is fixed with Outer Worlds, but surely Bethesda would find a way to win back players and make 76 something actually worth checking out. This was Bethesda, a AAA studio with countless resources at their disposal. Surely they could do something to fix everything. Yeah, they announced a premium subscription service worth $100 while the game is still broken. So what in the fuck was Bethesda thinking here? Simple. Money, 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 money. 76 has been inching towards the games as a service bullshit the last few months, while still being a barely functioning mess. Microtransactions crept past the cosmetics only point and has actual effects on gameplay now, despite Bethesda specifically promising that would not be the case. But is the subscription worth it? What do you get with it? Well, on paper, you get a private server to play with just you and your friends, along with scrap boxes to hold items that, are basically scrap, or you can take to other servers. Private servers also support mods, so this sounds sort of neat. Oh wait, other players can invade your private server and scrap boxes wipe any item you put into them.
You gotta be fucking kidding.
So you're paying for nothing. You pay $100 for Todd Howard to be thrown out on stage to take the heat for greedy fucking executives. Make all the memes you want, but I really don't think Todd is responsible for the state of this game. He's the public face, the bad guy to bash while the faceless fucks suck up profits. He's not a saint.
It just works.
But I doubt he would let things get this bad. But there's one big lesson to take away from all this. Stop paying for brand names. There are people out there that genuinely defend 76. They say all the hype is just blustering nonsense. The game is fun, just appreciate the fact we have more Fallout. I'm sorry, but this goes beyond any kind of joke. This is so goddamn stupid. How does a AAA studio excuse such a fucking disaster? Why is it that the bigger a studio gets, the buggier and less stable their games are? Just take your fucking time and make sure the thing works before you release it. When you start putting out microtransactions, you need to make sure the game works fine. Because if a bug fucks with somebody that spent real money on something in your game, good fucking luck winning that dude back, because he'll never touch your crap again. Bad enough there's a $100 price tag on playing a game alone. Here's what needs to happen. Ditch 76. It's never going to get better. Bethesda is too focused on making money off microtransactions. It's been a full year since release and it has not been fixed. Drop the fucking game. Cut your losses. At this point, if you keep going, you are telling Bethesda that this level of quality and behavior is perfectly fine. Make all the angry Reddit posts you want, but it will never change. The fact that none of this needed to happen will never change. Let this game die screaming. Pick up any number of countless games that kick this one in the balls on quality. If you super want to play Fallout with your friends, mod 3 or fucking New Vegas to have co-op, because those mods exist and are probably far more stable than anything Bethesda puts out. If you're hesitant to simply quit playing a game you've already dumped thousands of hours into, well, I'm sorry, but this is a wake-up call moment. This is never going to get better. Play something like Outer Worlds instead. It's way better and isn't reaching for your wallet at every opportunity. This is all I can say on the matter. 76 is a trash fire that burns hotter whenever Bethesda tries to pour water on it. And every time something fucks up, they turtle up into their shell and wait for it all to blow over. So let's not let them get away with it this time. Hurt them where it matters. The bank account. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And also, did you know that Spacer's Choice weapons are 30% less likely to malfunction? You've tried the best, now try the rest. Spacer's Choice. Alright, see you guys.